Welcome to Stay
and Slay
with Mel
and Krissy. Susie!
Right? Oh, how can we forget about Suze?
Suze.
Suze. If you guys think Suze is weird, I'm sorry. But she's quirky and fun.
We actually got something to replace her soon.
Yeah, she's actually going to be gone next episode.
I love you, Susan.
So.
Appreciate her while she lasts.
Appreciate her. All the haters.
Nothing's forever.
We'll be happy. Hey guys, welcome back. And thanks for tuning in to last week's episode.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't one for the drinkers, but that's okay.
No. What are we going to talk about today?
I wanted to talk about if you wanted to, you would.
Yeah.
Because
they always say, like, if he wanted to, he would. But, like, you ever look in the mirror? It's actually about you.
Do you ever realize that you're, like, in your own body and it's just you?
It's just you.
It's just you.
You have control over everything.
I think also, if you wanted to, you would, has been coming up a lot recently because we started the podcast. Mm-hmm. And we've been getting amazing feedback, so thank you. A lot of people have been like, wow, like, you guys actually did this. And now that people are, like, seeing us, put in the work.
Like, we keep doing it.
Yeah,
we haven't stopped.
Like, we're doing this.
Like, she's happening.
This is happening. So, I don't know.
Let's just talk about, like, following our dreams.
Yeah. I had a dream. I'm sorry.
Martin. No, like, that's Martin.
I know. That's Martin Luther King Jr.
Love the guy.
We love him.
But yeah, literally, like, I feel like you are the one who's in the way of yourself, Like,
yeah.
Nobody was going to stop us from starting this but ourselves, Like, we talked about it forever.
Yeah.
And we just didn't do it for a long time until we finally did.
Right.
So, like, I don't know, you were the one in your own way.
Yeah. My junior year of college, I loved getting my nails done. So I would go every 2 weeks until I went broke. Mm-hmm. So, I was
2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks.
That's a lot.
I don't know what was wrong with me.
Look at my nails.
Mine
they're so
don't
bad.
Look at
I was going to
either.
go today, but I couldn't get out of bed.
It's so real. It's so real. It's so real. It's rotting. Anyway.
I was. You got me there.
I got you. So, anyway, I was like, all right, I got to get a job. So, I ended up, like, being a leasing agent. And when I...
Oh, like your college job.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the one you have now.
Yeah, not my job now. But
all right.
I was so hesitant to apply because I was really nervous. And I was like, ugh, do I really want a job? Also, like, involved in other things. Mm-hmm. So, whatever. But you know what? I was like, I'm just going to do this. I didn't talk to anyone about it. I applied, whatever. I talked to, like, some people, obviously, but I literally gatekept it. Like, I didn't tell anyone I applied. None of my friends. That's
why we started the podcast.
Yeah, like,
I told one friend.
Yeah, I told one person. But, so yeah, I did it, and it was the best decision of my life. So I think after that, I was in, like, a transition period of my life where I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start saying yes.
Yeah, that's so true. I do that. I try not to say no as like much as I can. Say yes as much as I can. Yeah. There was this quote I actually just read that you wouldn't have the opportunity if you weren't ready. Yeah. Because, like, everything happens when the time is right. Yeah. But when people are like, or things are being like coming to you. Yeah. Opportunities. And you're saying no, like you're missing out on an opportunity, Yeah. On my Instagram feed one day, I got this one podcast came up. Yeah. And it was a mental health podcast, which you don't really hear a lot about. And it was the Taylor Lautners. Yeah. Yeah, and they were talking about losing a friend to suicide, and obviously, like, that was super relatable. Yeah. So I watched it, and it was, like... amazing. Like, I was just like, whoa. There's a whole world of podcasts out there. Yeah. And then that's when, like, we were like, oh, my God, we could talk about it. We could talk about our experiences and the mental health and like just because we're so passionate about it.
Yeah. Like,
we already talk about it on social media to begin with, so might as well keep going.
Talk about it here.
Right.
Yeah, we just want to make a difference, so that's why at the end of the day we want to do it.
And I feel like what we're trying to get across is like the only one who could do that for you is yourself. And if you're gonna sit there and talk about something and talk about it but never like start it, it's never going anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's like the same thing for like little things too. Like,
yeah,
you know, if you sit there and you're upset with the way you look and then don't do anything about it, like you can go change your hair, go to the gym.
Yeah.
That's all on you, you know? Like it's no one can help you unless you're helping yourself. And I've always preached that like you can't help anyone unless they can do that for themselves.
Yeah. Well, so like when it comes to the gym, I like to work out, but I've never been like good and consistent with it.
Right. Me too. I've gone through phases.
Yeah, same.
Nothing's ever stuck.
But lately, one of my best friends, she's engaged, and so we're kind of in it together, but we're like, let's do this. Like, let's, you know, we have an end date goal now. But I'm like, I just tell myself in the mornings when I don't want to work out, I'm like, get up. Get out
of
like
bed.
I'm the only one that's going to pull me out of bed.
You don't make it to the gym, that's on you.
Yep.
That's your fault. I just saw a TikTok that was like, the voices in your head telling you to stay home from the gym are the voices of your exes.
That's so true.
I know.
So true. There's this quote I love, and it's
do it for you though.
That also like stay true to yourself and like be loyal to yourself.
Right.
Because something that like really came into my head or like made it click, I guess, was if I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go to the gym and I don't go, I'm disappointing myself.
Right.
Like, even if I am not disappointed subconsciously, I'm not keeping that promise to myself.
Also, like, actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
And if you can say all you want, you love yourself, you take care of yourself, but if you're not, then you really don't. Like, you're not doing anything to make yourself feel better.
A part of that is, like, dating yourself almost. Yeah. Like, you know, if, like we said earlier, if he wanted to, he would. If she wanted to, she would. But you gotta do you, girl.
Right.
But I want to talk about, like, how, I don't know how, like, you were as a student, but for me, it was, like, I could not write an essay or, like, get my homework done unless it was, like, right before, because I'm such a bad procrastinator.
Right. I have come a long way with procrastinating.
Yeah.
But I do think I work best under pressure.
Me too.
Especially with, like, stupid things like writing essays and stuff. Like, I write the most beautiful things when it's under pressure. I swear. Like, I actually work better late at night, too.
Oh, I'm not like that.
I work so much better at, like, 1 a.m. than I would at, like, 1 p.m.
Basically, they go hand in hand because deep down, I am seriously the laziest person ever.
No, me too.
I'm so lazy.
So glad you said that. I feel better.
And
I feel better about myself.
I hate that that's lazy. Like such a negative thing because I'd rather work smarter, not harder, you know?
I'm a hard worker too, but I am lazy.
But I love a good doing nothing.
Right.
So that's, you know, it's just like a tumbleweed.
Right.
It tumbles.
You know, like, on the topic of procrastinating, like, I feel like I have this thing where, like, I know the gym's not working unless it's consistent. So if I know, like, I'm going to Boston this week, and if I know I'm not going to the gym in Boston, like, why would I even work out right now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my brain. Like, if I can't make it to the gym,
me.
Why would I go at all this week?
Yeah.
Because it's not consistent. So I'm like, I'll start when I get back.
Yeah.
Maybe that's an OCD problem. I'm pretty sure I have big OCD problems.
I think I have OCD too.
Oh, he was like, do you have OCD? And I'm like, no. But I do.
Yes. Me with dyslexia.
That'll be another episode.
Yeah. We can talk about our diagnosed. When I have something to do, I'm like, all right, no one's going to tell me to do it. Like, I got to do it. So now I'm like, I kind of fell back into like the procrastination, like being lazy about getting things done, you know, like still getting it done on time, but just if there's something that's not like super pressing, I'll just kind of like let it linger until I have to do it. So I've really just been trying to work on that because,
I would say
it's not good.
My senior year in my major, you could not be, it was like the first time where I could not be a procrastinator anymore.
Yeah.
The only way to survive was to work 10 steps ahead.
Yeah.
And I was so not used to that. So for me, making a to-do list was the game changer. And
yes.
I still have one to this day.
Me too.
I actually like to have more than one that say the same thing, but that way I can cross it off twice.
Yes, I do that too.
It feels so powerful. But I definitely rely on my to-do list. And I even have, like, I kind of just have one big to-do list with, like, all my work stuff, all my personal stuff, all my, like, travel and podcast stuff. Like, I have a to-do list for my whole life. So just so I can, like, be aware, like, and plan ahead and be those 10 steps ahead. Because there was no way I was going to graduate without being those 10 steps ahead. And now in my job, it's the same way.
Yeah.
Like, I need to be ahead, or I will be drowning. And I don't want to be drowning. Yeah. I don't live to work. I work to live.
Right.
So.
Right. That's like.
Mic drop. Sorry, I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she said this before. Special guest today, Millie.
Millavoy.
God.
Seriously,
I hope you're not watching this. In college, I had some positions in my sorority. And I remember my first like big position, I was like, oh my God, like how am I going to do this? Because there's so much, I really needed to like learn how to manage my time. So I did. And it has been a great skill to learn because now
I'm okay.
Now in my adult life and like work and stuff, I know how to manage my time. Like I don't do just one thing at work. I have like a bunch of little things I do. So like I never really lose track of it and stuff like that. So it just kind of goes with what you were saying earlier.
Right, like I was the one in the way of myself going to the gym, and I still am.
Yeah,
literally still am, but don't worry.
Actually, I signed up for Pilates.
So that's like another thing, like on my to-do list for 2024. Because, on there, start a podcast, already checked it off, so slay.
Okay, so what are your...
Boxing. I want to take boxing
classes. What
are
your 2024 goals?
I want to take boxing classes.
Okay, so boxing, podcast.
And I want to get a board for DJing.
Yeah.
I just want to have fun. But I really do want to. I kind of want to try a Pilates class, but I'm scared the intensity will be too, like, high for me. I've never been, like, an athletic person. I've never done sports. So, like, that kind of just scares me.
It's so not sports.
Well, yeah, but I'm, like, so unathletic that I don't know if I can
you would be
it.
fine. Let me tell you about my class today. So, basically, you're on, like, this reformer machine.
Right, it's crazy.
It's crazy. And...
maybe, can I, like, go to a class with you guys one day?
Well, they have a free, like... starter class.
So, can I go?
Yeah. Just sign up, and you can go, and it's 30 minutes. It was
Would you
so
be
nice.
in that class, though, or do I have to go alone?
Yeah.
You would be in there?
No, I wouldn't be there.
No,
You'd
so
have
that's
to go alone.
too scary. Sorry.
Or maybe I could see if I could, like, go to another one.
I'm on my way.
You are in your way.
But Pilates isn't what I want to box something.
About like workout classes is...
yeah, I've never done
it's kind of like gym class, but like bougie.
Bougie gym class.
I hated like the gym class where you would throw dodgeballs because I literally can't do balls.
She can't do balls.
No balls.
None of them. No football.
No balls. One time. This is so frisbee isn't a ball, but
it still counts. That's scarier.
It's yeah. So
we did like in like middle school they had like archery and like
archery.
Ping pong. Yeah.
Wow. Well, the frisbee game in middle school, and one time it was just like me, another girl, and all boys because I got like chosen to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And someone threw the frisbee, and somehow I literally caught it with one hand, and everyone was like,
"She's so cool."
Whoa! And I was like, yeah.
Yeah. My favorite thing is like
mic drop.
Whenever I go like mini golfing or bowling or whatever,
yeah,
I'm always like, I'm so good. Like, I'm so good. And then I talk my game up, and then when I go, I, like, can't even swing. You have goals for 2024 like me? Like,
Yeah.
Are you like me or what?
Honestly, for 2024,
yeah. Nasty little voice. Gross.
She's just licking her paw. 2024, I really just want to, like, I don't know, focus on myself more and saying yes to more things, but also with boundaries, because I think that's really important. Like, I am in my grandma era, so if someone is like, oh, let's go do this and yada yada, and I'm tired, like, I'm not gonna do it. But I've definitely been trying to, like, just do more activities. Another goal is hopefully, I don't know, I've been wanting to really focus on my health this year.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm healthy, but I want to be consistent with working out. Focus on, like, what I'm putting in my body and, you know, how much I'm moving my body. Just because if I, like, eat unhealthy a lot, I just genuinely don't feel good.
Yeah,
like, I just don't feel good. So, yeah, I've just been wanting to do a lot less of, like, the junk eating, and I want to focus on, like, my money spending habits too. So
yeah, I don't do that.
I know, I don't either.
So I feel like setting goals though is, like, an important step that people don't set. Like, you know, like, people don't really, like, actually take time to, like, sit down and write down what they want or what, like, they're trying to achieve. Like, like, for me, like, I'd say, like, for the gym, I'd be like, I want to go 5 days a week. And, like, I would write that down somewhere, or write exactly, like, how much water I want to drink each day, how many calories, like, that. And then, like, for our podcast, like, we have a goal of how many we want out each month.
Right.
So I feel like people don't really ever take the time to write stuff down, and writing things down has so much power.
Yeah, and I think something that is, like, important for people to know too is, you know, like, in the new year, I feel like everyone is like, this is my goal. This is how 2024. Right.
Like, I just don't. Like, I hate when people ask that question. It's like, I can have goals whenever I want.
Right. So I feel like, you know, even if you didn't make a New Year goal, you can do it whenever.
Do it on January 2nd.
Right. Whatever time of the year. But also, I think it's important, like you said, to write down, but also, like, differentiate between short term and long term. Because I think you kind of have to, like, set a long term goal and then all the little, like, short term goals. Steps. Yeah. To actually get there.
I feel like a lot of people they're scared of what people think, and, like, they're kind of like, it would be embarrassing if we only got one view. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and obviously, like, we do get scared, you know?
Right. And I feel like that's a way people do get in the way of themselves.
Yeah.
Like, and, like, you know, they stop themselves. You know, it's not always laziness. Sometimes it's just scary. Like, life is scary, especially, like, after you graduate, because you're so used to going to school every single year, every single day. And then one day you just graduate and school's gone. Like, your
structure is gone.
Your structure is gone. And it's scary, like, to go out and do something like interviewing for jobs. Like, what if you don't get it? Yeah. Like, we make this podcast and it's like, what if people hate us? It's like, I feel like with everything you do, like, there's just a lot of scary things that you have to get past, you know?
Yeah. I feel like something that what's, like, an example of something that you've had to do but you were scared?
Well, say, like, something I haven't done yet.
Yeah.
Like, I really love music. I really want to get a board and just, like, play around on it.
Yeah.
But it would be embarrassing if, like, I was really bad.
That I have discovered more recently is that I love to edit videos, make videos, and I get to travel a lot for work, so great opportunity to make them. And for a while, I was, like, so scared to post them because I was like, I feel like I'm going to get judged, you know, like, there's all these influencers out there trying to be influencers, and I'm like,
right.
But I kind of came to the terms of, like, I'm not out here trying to be an influencer. I make videos because I like to.
Right. And then I'm like, I really could care less if this goes anywhere because we have fun doing it.
Right. Like,
and even if one person listens, like, at least we, like, touched one person's life. Like, Tyler. I'd really, like, it's just, I feel like you just have to get to the point where you're like, it's not that serious.
Yeah. And
like, this is your life.
Right.
In 5 years from now, is it going to matter? You know what I mean? Like,
that's my biggest
It can only go up from wherever you're starting. It can only go up.
Yep.
So, like,
literally,
just, like, kind of dropping the seriousness around it. Like, it's really not that serious.
It was never that serious.
And I feel like every time you do something where you, like, step out of your comfort zone, like, it kind of, like, people who are there for it, like, it kind of goes to show who's supporting you, who... Like, why would you want to be friends with someone if they do make fun of you, you know?
Right. Or,
like, okay.
Yeah, and if
just
you...
mean.
Right. And if you feel like your friend... Like, if you are about to do something and you feel like you're going to get judgment from your friends, what kind of friend is that?
Right.
You know?
I feel like it's so important to just go out of what's normal. Like, who says we have to, like... even go to college, like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, who says we have to get a job right after we graduate? Or, like, you know, we have to go find someone, get married, have kids. Like, you can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want. Like, I think societal norms are really kind of breaking away at this point, but a lot of people still will feel really scared and embarrassed if they are like, maybe someone has been in a relationship for a long time and they don't want to get married.
Right.
But they're still together and they're in a happy relationship and that's okay, you know.
Find yourself when you go and do things like you wouldn't have done before and you gain those experiences and, like, kind of just build on your character.
I think also each time you kind of expose yourself to something that's uncomfortable, you just get stronger and stronger. You grow and grow, and it's like, I like to say, seasoned. You get more seasoned as you go.
More spicy.
Yeah, more spicy. I mean, how, you know, you just can't grow in life without some changes and without some new experiences. And I don't know, I think it's good to just kind of, like, go out of your comfort zone.
Say yes.
Say yes.
To say yes to everything.
Say yes to the grass.
That comes your way. Well, so have you seen... We kind of want to get on, like, a serious topic real fast. And then we'll get into our recap on The Bachelor last night.
Yeah.
Have you seen that whole case with that student who went on a spring break in Tennessee?
Yeah, so I actually was in Nashville for work when the speculations of him missing were kind of going around. And then obviously, like, the case has unfolded a little bit.
Right.
And I think we kind of just wanted to say, like, it's really important to keep your friends close and watch out for each other.
Yeah, like, I feel like we've seen so many cases within the last year. We really should take care of our friends and get them home safe.
Yeah.
And that's, like, really important to us. And just, I've heard too many stories that are similar.
Yeah,
to Riley's,
too many.
To Riley's case. And when he first went missing, I already knew, like, what happened. Like, I know, like, the family was really hopeful.
Yeah, I mean, hoping that that's not what happened, but it did.
But I've seen it so close to home multiple times.
Yeah.
And I just knew, like, as a college student who's experienced it more than once.
Yeah. And I think, you know, at the end of the day, we just need to stick with each other. Right. Never let someone go home by themselves. Right. Always make sure that your friends are home safe.
I always freak out if someone, like, gets away from the group. And then I'm like, where are they? How come no one's heard from them?
Yeah.
We got to find them right now.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's so important. Yeah. It's just so important. I know the people who watch this probably do take care of their friends.
Yeah. But
if you talk about it more and just make it more of a topic, because it's starting to get to a point where it's getting really serious and becoming, like, a serious, like, it's serious. It's just getting a little too more common.
So serious.
Than it should be. That should not be something that you kind of have to teach people.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's getting to a point where, like, that should almost be a topic of discussion at your, like, freshman orientation in college.
Yeah.
because these like I feel like college students are just so like, no, I'm here, I'm having a good time. Why would I go home with my friends who drank too much?
Yeah.
But also, it's like, why wouldn't you go with your friend who's too drunk?
Right.
Get them home safe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, period.
The Bachelor! If you are not caught up, please just skip to the end.
I'm sure you will be at this point. By the time this episode's posted, it will be so far off topic.
Yeah, it'll be so far. But
we have to talk about it because
we do. We haven't talked about it with each other.
I've seen so many seasons, and this season was the most emotional and just so good. Like, it was the best season of The Bachelor.
It was so good, and I think it was
produced beautifully.
Something that I really produced beautifully, and also I really want to say how much I just loved how the women were really there for each other this season. I know,
and like because you heard it the whole season that the ending was unlike any other ending, and there was so much guessing about what's going to be different. They say that every year, like, what's going to happen. And, like, while I was watching the episode, I was like, oh my gosh, what if the women come together? And they both leave him. That's what I was thinking. But, like,
that would be crazy.
I feel like it was really, I was holding it together. I was being too cool in front of my parents. I didn't want them to know I was getting emo. I mean, we all were.
I was crying.
But I just really, and I don't want to be like I don't want to be like self-pity right now, but I feel like I just really felt for Daisy, because I feel like every girl has been there before where they don't feel good enough for somebody. Yeah. And I think that's why it was so emotional. I could probably cry right now thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because that's such a feeling that every girl feels at some point in their life.
Yeah.
And
so real.
I feel like me and her are like similar in the way that that's exactly how I would have handled the situation. Mm-hmm. And she just did it so, like, being there for Kelsey.
Right.
And, like, talking about her mom and being happy for her.
That killed me.
That's totally something I would have done, too.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know, she wears her heart on her sleeve.
For sure.
And, like, that, I feel like that wasn't, I feel like a lot of people are going to, like, be like, oh, she knew she was on camera.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people were kind of judging her on the fact that she even, like, talked to Kelsey, but
right. And, like,
I think that was good for her. She needed that clarity.
She wanted that. I do feel like it was kind of weird that, like, she kind of went behind Joey's back in a way by doing that.
Yeah, but also, like, that's what she needed. And it was kind of weird
for her to be like, tell me everything.
Yeah.
But she also knew, though.
But they're like, friends, like, you know.
Every girl, like, whether you're in the relationship or you're in that talking phase, like, every girl hits a point where you know it's not going to work out with somebody.
Yeah, you know.
And it's like a flip of a switch goes off, and you're just like, what did I do? What's wrong with me? You know, like, why is this happening again? You know, like, yeah. And that, like, they really just captured that feeling so beautifully, and they just did so good with that.
I wanted Maria to be the Bachelorette, but okay, I'm happy it's Jen.
I don't want to be mean to Jen.
I know, I'm not gonna say what I actually feel.
Right. At first, I was like, I'm not watching the season, but the more I've like, it's kind of sink in that it's not Maria.
Yeah.
I kind of know and felt that Maria wasn't ready for marriage.
Yeah, I think she also would be really good on Paradise.
And I feel like maybe, like, we just need to get to know Jen. A lot of people did like
Jen. I liked her.
I didn't like her, too. Like, I didn't love her. I think that's the problem I'm having. I think too many people said no to being the Bachelorette, and they just ended up with Jen.
Definitely. I think she'll
Maria
be good.
I think Maria probably got an offer, but declined.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Because
I just don't see her ready for marriage. I'm actually surprised she made it that far in Joey's season.
Yeah.
Because she was a little immature. But, like, obviously I was on her side with all the drama, but I do feel like she wasn't there yet for, like, a marriage, kids.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Settling down even. And her dad's freaky.
Her dad is freaky. Kelsey's dad is hot as fuck.
You think I can't find old men attractive?
Oh my God.
I'm not like that.
He is.
Do you think he'll be the Golden Bachelor?
Fox. Yeah.
So he said that he's too young to be the Golden Bachelor.
How old is he?
I don't know how old he is, but there was a TikTok on Kelsey's TikTok.
Yeah.
She like posted like dad like about the fans. I guess they all fell in love with him that first time he was on camera.
Yeah, I did too.
And they made a bunch of edits. If you go on TikTok, there's like tons of edits of Kelsey's dad.
His name's Mark.
in the last episode, like, we'll see you soon, you know?
Yeah.
Like, hinting.
Yeah, Jesse was like,
but he said he's too young. Soon. But Kelsey and Joey make it. I think they will.
Oh, they will.
They're so right, like, about the way they look at each other. When I was going back at, like, all the clips with them, like, throughout the whole season.
Yeah.
And it, like, always, I knew exactly when she came out the limo, because he's the only girl he was like, you look really beautiful, like, right off the bat.
Yeah.
Like, in front of the mansion when she came out the car.
And she had the voodoo doll.
Right.
I need
one.
Right.
Like, that was the only girl he complimented.
Yeah.
Like on his own, like, not like a return compliment. Like,
right.
It was like.
Right. Like, he was taken aback.
You could tell he was, like, like, speechless. Like,
yeah.
He had, like.
He is in love with her, and it's the cutest thing ever.
Right, and I feel bad for him. Because I feel like if it weren't for, like, the show and the producers, he would have let Daisy down even before that day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because everyone was giving him, like just mad at him for, like, you know, letting her down easy and not just telling her, because he obviously knew on that last date with Daisy, but also, you know, for a fact the producers weren't going to be like, you can't send her home. I think
he, like, knew. I think he didn't know, but I think subconsciously he knew.
I think he knew, because the things he was saying, he was so careful with his words.
Oh yeah, that was.
There's no way he subconsciously did that with his words. Like, he knew, but he probably wasn't able to send her home.
Well, thanks for tuning in,
and as always,
stay vibrant. And thanks for watching Stay
and Slay
with Mel
and Krissy.
Bye.
Mwah.